The box arrived anonymously. Just cardboard and tape. Unremarkable. Almost deliberately mundane. Yet the moment I lifted it from the delivery truck, I felt a subtle tension, a whisper of curiosity that prickled the skin. Inside, there was this: a black binder, cold to the touch, the kind you'd expect in a corporate boardroom, sitting on a polished mahogany table, commanding authority without a single word. Silver lettering glinted faintly in the light. Executive Success Programs. It felt legitimate, too legitimate, the sort of legitimacy that conceals a trap. I had won it from an online estate auction, listed under a category so banal I barely registered it at the time. Yet as I opened it, a faint dry smell of old paper, ink, and buried secrets seeped into the air. A scent that hinted at ambition manipulated, of trust exploited, of lives quietly consumed. The pages inside were meticulously organized, schedules crammed with corporate jargon, synergy, optimization, proactivity, words designed to impress, words designed to seduce, words that whispered promises of self-improvement while concealing a cage of control. It was designed to look like a key, a roadmap to success. But it wasn't a key. It was bait, a trap carefully wrapped in the guise of opportunity. This binder was a ghost, a relic from NXIVM, a map to the machinery of manipulation. And tonight, my goal is to trace the path from these professional-looking pages to the branding iron. The beginning. Our story begins with a man who cultivated the aura of unimpressive genius, Keith Raniere. A man whose presence seemed ordinary, almost forgettable, yet carried a subtle magnetic authority. To his followers, he was vanguard. He claimed brilliance that seemed almost mythological, a child prodigy who spoke in full sentences at age 1, a concert pianist, a scholar in multiple disciplines, a mind so brilliant it could not be measured. The truth? Raniere was a failed entrepreneur, a multi-level marketing schemer whose earliest ventures collapsed under investigation. His first, Consumers Byline, had been shut down for being a pyramid scheme. Yet failure taught him something crucial. You can sell anything if you wrap it in the language of self-improvement. If you promise transformation, enlightenment, belonging, the world will open its doors willingly. NXIVM became his perfected experiment. Not vitamins, not discounts. Enlightenment, belief, hope, fear. He sold the feeling of being chosen, of being recognized. He mirrored people's deepest insecurities, then offered tailor-made solutions crafted to entangle them in dependency. For ambitious, affluent individuals, NXIVM was irresistible. Claire and Sarah Bramfin, heirs of the Seagram liquor fortune, became devoted followers, NXIVM's primary financiers. Their wealth created a fortress of legal power, funding armies of lawyers tasked with silencing critics. Hollywood actress Allison Mack became a recruiter, leveraging her fame to lend credibility to the group. But she wasn't the only public face. India Oxenberg, daughter of actress Catherine Oxenberg, was pulled into the inner circle. Her mother's desperate attempts to save her would later become a symbol of how families were torn apart. The intensive. The entry point was a grueling 5-day intensive, windowless hotel conference rooms, 16 hours a day, sleep deprivation, low-calorie diets, systematic psychological exhaustion. The heart of the program was called Exploration of Meaning. One by one, students confessed their deepest fears, traumas, shames, in front of the group. High-ranking NXIVM trainers, called proctors, verbally dismantled them. Pseudo-scientific jargon convinced each that past abuse or failures were entirely their own fault. A brutal form of psychological manipulation disguised as therapy. They broke you, humiliated you, shattered your defenses, and then they sold the cure. Lifelong devotion to Keith Raniere. The system was brilliant because it preyed on ambition. Successful, intelligent people, already accustomed to achievement, were particularly vulnerable. Raniere promised them a higher path, belief, power, a secret knowledge no one else could access. But to ascend, followers had to offer more than time or money. They had to provide collateral. Collateral, presented as a sacred vow, was in reality blackmail. Letters falsely accusing family members of crimes, nude photographs, confessions that could destroy careers. Once NXIVM had it, fear replaced judgment. Critical thinking became impossible. Dissenters were labeled suppressives. Friends, family, spouses, anyone who questioned NXIVM's methods had to be cut off. A psychic fortress formed. The only voice of reason, Raniere's. And then there was DOS. Dominus obsequius sororium, master over the submissive women. It was not a sisterhood. It was a pyramid of slavery. Women recruiting women, all leading to Raniere at the apex. Absolute control. Loyalty, money, women, all funneled to him. Life inside DOS was a slow suffocation. Starvation diet to maintain the thin, almost boyish physique Raniere conferred. Permission to eat. Availability 24/7. Readiness drills, messages at any hour requiring immediate responses. Failure resulted in punishment. Painful yoga positions, ice-cold showers, acts of self-flagellation. Identity was erased. Obedience was the only reality. Sarah Edmondson's journey exemplifies this horror. A committed member of NXIVM for over a decade, she was invited by her master, Lauren Salzman, to join DOS. Thrilled, believing she was chosen, Sarah submitted new collateral, a nude photograph. Life in DOS was anxiety incarnate, constant fear, the sensation of being monitored, evaluated, controlled. Her mind rewritten by rules designed to erase her identity. Then came the initiation. Sarah and 5 other women were summoned. Undress, enter a room one by one, held down on a table. Another woman whispers, "Master, we are ready." A high-ranking doctor approached, holding a cauterizing pen. No anesthetic. For 30 minutes, flesh was burned. Pain was a lesson. Strength through suffering. Weeks later, Sarah examined the raw scar. Hidden within were 2 letters, K.R. Keith Raniere. The moment of realization shattered the illusion. This was not a sisterhood. This was ownership. Cracks in the wall. But NXIVM's walls were not impenetrable. Catherine Oxenberg, horrified by her daughter's India's involvement, began a public crusade. Former members who escaped started speaking out, risking lawsuits, reputational ruin, and worse. Investigative journalists dug deeper. Whispers became headlines, and eventually, Sarah Edmondson's testimony in the New York Times detonated the illusion. The FBI launched a full investigation. Collapse. Raniere fled to Mexico, hiding in a $10,000-a-week luxury villa. Armed guards outside, devoted followers still at his side. But in 2018, the fortress crumbled. Mexican authorities stormed the villa. Raniere was dragged out, barefoot, unshaven, defiant to the last. The trial was a parade of horrors. Weeks of testimony revealed psychological torture, financial ruin, forced starvation, sexual slavery. Raniere was sentenced to 120 years in prison. Lieutenants, including Claire Bronfer and Alison Mack, also received prison sentences. Yet even after conviction, some followers maintained loyalty, claiming Raniere was a political prisoner, dancing outside his prison, a tragic testament to the mental prison he had built, stronger than physical walls. The lesson. Closing the binder, the pages settle. NXIVM's story may have ended, but its warning is timeless. It reveals a terrifying truth. The desperate search for meaning can make us vulnerable. Raniere did not rely on force at first. He used desire. The longing to belong, the yearning for purpose. He twisted these into weapons. This binder is not office supplies. It is a blueprint, a lesson, a warning. How easily a soul can be stolen, one promise at a time.